Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the BJJ Foxcast. I am your host, Alex Martinez, and today we have Professor Paul Nava on the show. He is the owner of Aries, Arizona and Mesa, Arizona. He is a 10-time world champion, 6 in No-Ghee and 4 in the Gi, a 4-time Pan American champion, 7-time national champion. He's been doing jiu-jitsu 23 years and has been a black belt for 11 of those 23. Paul Nava, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you. That introduction is humbling. God.
Yeah, dude, when they say it out loud, right?
Yes, it gives me like a little gulp in my throat.
Man, no, it's well deserved, man. You put a lot into this stuff, man. And I want to jump right in today and talk about the celebration of life that we had today for Zach. Yeah. I didn't know him personally, man, but everything that people say about him is like, stuff that like legends are about, You know
what? I was talking to somebody today, like, he was such a great guy. His posts were so personal, and his faith in God was so clear. He put this post out. He put a lot of posts out there, and actually, when I put posts out there, he would respond, and then we private message each other back and forth, and it was really cool because he's such a deep person, and while he was going through all this. But I was telling somebody today that what he did for us today, even though, today was a rough day. Yeah. But for the community to come together for him was a big deal because all of us got to celebrate his life. Yep. And we all got to come together with no barriers. Yeah. We had schools that, I haven't trained with GD guys in a long time, so I got to train with my old teammates. Yeah. There was a Maracaba guy there. There was a guy that came all the way from the west side, John Orr, I think that's his name. So a lot of people came out here to celebrate, and that's the biggest part of our community is that we embrace each other. We see each other at every tournament. Yeah. No matter how mad we get at each other, we're going to see each other at the next tournament. Yeah. So really, you got to be able to hold your temper because you're going to be able to see them again. And today, it didn't matter. We just trained. Yeah, man. Yeah. We just trained. It was so good. It was an emotional day. It was. And today we celebrated Zach Bighorn, a black belt under Gustavo Dantas and world champion. Fought cancer for 2 years, I think it is. Something like that. And competed while he was fighting cancer. That's crazy. And someone said that his last tournament, the Southwest Classic in 2022, was that the things that legends are written about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like sick as hell. Decided to compete. Just got his brown belt. Signed up for a tournament. Yeah. Won the division. Signed up for the Open. The story is crazy. Yeah. The story is crazy. But you find in jiu-jitsu people like that, because when we go out there, there's really not an art that, there's very little arts that you can compare jiu-jitsu with. Yeah. There really isn't, because we're going 100%. Yeah. You really can't go 100% in karate because you're not going to be able to wake up the next day because it's all a lot of punching and everything. But we have our boundaries. We don't do any punching, and we go 100%. We're trying to choke somebody out. Yeah. We're trying to put somebody to sleep, trying to snap somebody's arm, and all that kind of stuff. Jiu-jitsu, I don't know where I was going with that. Darn it. Well, just a celebration of Zach's life and coming together as a community, yeah. So his heart, I'm telling you, his heart was in it the whole time. And so... And you could feel that today. Yes. And so jiu-jitsu brings so much. You're always fighting. You're always trying to get yourself in out of all these positions. So I'm getting off on the story that I wanted to attach to this. Yeah. Because this is a very hard day for us in the community. But I had a friend in in Southern California. His name was Kenny Bond. So he was in my division. We never got to fight. He was in my division. Then he went up to heavy. Then he came back down. He lost before I could fight him. I lost before I could fight him. And so we never got to fight each other. He finds out he has glioblastoma, which is brain cancer. And this is the same thing with Zach. He's going through all these chemotherapies, exactly like Zach was.
Yeah.
And he signs up for Worlds. So I go out to his school, and I'm in LA, and I'm looking for a place to train. And he goes, "Hey, Paul, come over." As I'm driving there, he puts a Facebook post. Paul Nava's teaching tonight.
No shit.
So I'm thinking, what am I going to teach?
You're fresh off the plane.
I'm only like 10 minutes, 20 minutes from his school.
Yeah.
So I go out there, and the same fighting spirit that Zach had,
yeah, he
had, because the mats, they clear our mind.
Yeah.
We're going through, only certain few go through chemo and be able to train. But we have those mats that can clear our mind. So when I went to his school, I hadn't seen him in a while, and he was going to fight Worlds that same year, as he was going through chemotherapy at 168 pounds. And I'm like,
whoa,
he lost like a lot of weight.
Yeah, dude, like 30 pounds.
But I rolled with him. And he got the better of me.
No shit.
I could not believe it, how tough he was. And because he knew he was in his last days.
Yeah.
He's going so hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, the jiu-jitsu community is so tight. I went over there, I taught, had a great time, but he got to forget all that time, all that rolling he did. He got to forget about, I got to go to the doctors. I got to receive chemotherapy.
Yeah.
And that's what's so important about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Is we get that break. And there's a lot, like, I know you need that break.
Yeah.
I know I need that break.
Yeah.
I know my wife, she started jiu-jitsu. She needs that break.
Yeah. She's
not thinking about nothing else but just surviving, and we need that release.
Yeah.
And so today was a great day, and I'm glad I was a part of it.
Yeah. Me too, man. Just like you, my weekends are full between now and May, June, going into, July, whatever.
True.
Well, they just dropped the date for the Arizona State. So into June, right? At least we know what we're going to do. And every weekend's taken, and it's really difficult. And I had this weekend, we had this weekend planned out. And then Bo reached out and said, "Hey, we're doing this thing for Zach." This is before he passed away. They were going to do like a fundraiser, and I was like, "Hey, I'm down." Yeah. So everything else just went by the wayside. And then he passes away. And so I reached out to Bo, and I was like, the only thing I asked was like, "Are we going to do a celebration of life on the 19th?" And he said yes. Like, answered like right away. And he's going through a lot. He's going through it because he knew him intimately, right? And then we got there a couple of minutes early, which is not typical for us.
No. Me on time?
Yeah.
Me early.
Yeah, right. So we got there a little early, and we saw the mats are kind of empty, and I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. Dude, it was packed. By noon, you couldn't even move. And I think, like, a couple things that are important to me is that, my family loves me. My friends respect me. My colleagues respect me, and my friends miss me when I'm gone. Yeah. That I'm sure Zach was looking down on and smiling.
Yeah.
Mats were packed. Could hardly move in there, but everybody's still rolling. You know what I mean? There were no politics in play. No. Nothing like that.
Not at all.
No, everybody had and one thing I loved, even though the family's going through it, the family was there and they're going through a hard time. How amazing was Zach's dad today? How amazing was that man? His spirit.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would be able to do that as a father.
No.
I don't know how I would be able to talk after my son suffers and passes, or any of my children suffers and passes. I don't know how he did it, but I guess when you go through that and you watch it, you build all that strength, and you're able to do these things.
Yeah.
And those are things that I guess we all have to learn at some point.
Yeah, at some point.
At some point. We never want to have our child leave before us.
Right.
No way.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's the way, life works.
Yeah. Yeah. And, it was one of those things like, it was almost like he was giving us permission to joke and laugh and smile. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I really appreciate that about him. And he was just the whole family was there, and they were so strong. You know what I mean? They just sat and watched us roll. You know what I mean? And we just, you know, one by one, everybody goes over and, you know, and shakes their hand. And the gesture from Gustavo about the, you know, giving away his first competition gi and giving him his original black belt.
That's crazy.
That's an awesome gesture. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. And I know the family appreciated it. But man, that strength for that family to be there.
Yeah.
We are learning. Just like in jiu-jitsu, we're always learning.
Yeah.
You could, like today, the mats were super tough. I mean, I saw some of the blue belts. I was like not going to roll. But like Zach's dad is like, or his family is like showing us grace, class, and how to move forward in death, which it's still tough.
Yeah. And it's unfair, man, when you have somebody with that kind of spirit, that, you know, love for family, love for the community, love for God.
Yeah.
And now they're just gone.
Yeah.
You know, and all we can do is like make sure that the name doesn't die. You know what I mean? Like make sure that his name goes on,
which
and
is hard
mention him.
Which is hard to do.
It is
because everybody gets wound up on their own things, and we forget about those things.
Yeah.
But I know that their family is always going to cherish what the community did for him.
Yeah.
I know that since his wife and then Zach's brother were doing jiu-jitsu, hopefully they'll continue. And they can be a part of that community always, and so they'll keep us as reminders of Zach's spirit and what he was here for.
Yeah. And which family member was it that got his blue belt?
Oh boy,
was it his sister?
That was his sister.
His sister. Okay, that was cool.
Sister. Yeah,
yeah, that's cool.
His sister. Yeah,
yeah, and those are just little ways we can, you know, keep his you know, spirit alive, and you know, that's really cool. Man.
Today was a good day.
Today was a good day. Yeah,
it was a good day.
And I loved how he closed it out. You know, Bo kind of ran it in Bo's way.
Yeah.
I love you, buddy.
I just go with the flow.
Yeah. And
that's his gym.
But you know what I loved about it was, like, you know, they're very traditional in that academy, blue gis, white gis, and today was like, whatever, just wear whatever, just you know, come and celebrate.
Yeah.
And you know, and at the end he said, you know, at 1 o'clock we're going to close out, and I want you to go out and do something fun with someone you love.
Yeah.
And that's really cool, and that's why I'm doing this with you.
I was gonna say the same thing. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about upcoming stuff. Okay. So I want to get a feel for, like, you know, you've done everything that most people would want to do and then just ride off into the sunset, but you're still training hard, and you still have goals, you still have steps you want to do. On competition wise, what is it that you want to accomplish this year?
Well, the only thing I have on my calendar is the 2 world championships, and nationals. So, because I want to stay on this side. I think going to the East Coast is fun, but it takes a lot from me, because you and I know that every weekend is a challenge, because we have to come back and keep that school going. Yeah,
it's always something.
Always something. Yeah. So I don't want to spend more time than I have to. But worlds, no matter what. That's and I have to be there all week.
Yeah. I'm going to do that too. I'm going to stay there all week. Yeah.
Right. We have our students that have all these goals, and those are they're more important than our goals. Yeah. So I'm going to do nationals. I'm going to do No-Ghee worlds and Gi worlds. I decided not to do pans because Florida's a long way.
That's a long trip,
and it's expensive. Yeah. And I chose not to. Yeah. So I'm going to do those 3 tournaments. And my goal is to win. Yeah. My goal is to win, and I'm going to train hard. I don't train as hard as I used to, but I try really hard. Yeah. Training nowadays is a little bit more difficult than when I was in my 40s. Yeah. When I was in my 40s, I could train way harder. Yeah. But
no, I get it, man.
I can't compete every month anymore.
Yeah. Well, I went down a couple weight classes or a couple age groups for the last tournament, thinking I'm fighting 40-year-olds, should be okay. Got my ass handed to me by 40-year-olds. You know what I mean? It's like
we're always learning.
Yeah, always learn. I mean, I definitely want to do that again. Like those are the guys that I want to compete with because that's going to help me get better.
Right.
I mean, you got Jay Shellhammer, you got Rob Johnson, you've got Doug Moore, you've got Eric. I can't remember Eric's last name. But that's a pretty decent group. The five of us are a pretty decent group to kind of feed off of each other.
I've never seen Eric. I've never seen, and I watch we watch all jiu-jitsu. I've never seen Eric compete before, and
neither.
Boy, he's got a really good wrestling pedigree.
Yeah, that's why I sat right on my ass as soon as I touched him.
He's not bad at all. Yeah, so he's gonna be. So that's like your goal now to I mean, you beat him, but your goal now is to like figure out his game.
Yeah. And one thing he's really good about is like he's a top player. So he's going to be very patient, and when he gets a chance to be on top, then I think it's lights out after that.
Yes, getting him on the bottom is going to be a tough task.
Fucking hard. I couldn't move him.
It's going to be a tough task.
Yeah.
But I think if you, Anyway,
and I'm already changing up my game to match his.
Yeah,
like I'm already working on it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's how we work things.
Yeah.
That's how we have our strategy.
Yeah.
Last year was my last year in the Master 5 division. Yes, I'm very old.
Bam. My first in Master 5.
So we moved together, like it's 5-year increments.
Yeah.
And so you move it into my division, I move out to my new division, so we don't fight each other, which is perfect. But I fought a guy at No-Ghee Worlds in the finals, and he is moving up with me.
Oh, nice.
But I already have a strategy for him.
Okay.
I have a strategy for him. I lost to him in the finals, but you know what? It's nice to be out there. It's nice to be out there, and you've competed so long, because I've been a black belt for 11 years, and I'm fighting some people that have gotten their black belt last year.
Yeah. And
I did lose to a guy last year at Worlds that got his black belt a month before Master Worlds.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's my goal is to try to beat him next time, or to beat him next time.
Yeah.
So this guy that I fought at Worlds, Tim Church, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
It was in the open division, and I have a strategy for him. But for him to come up to me and said, and this guy is like way bigger than me. It's the open division, so he's like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
And he comes up to me, he goes, "Oh my God, Paul, I was worried about fighting you the whole time." I'm like, "What?
6'13" or whatever
but because of all the the things that I've
the accolades, of course, of course,
people like have me as the target.
Well, you don't win by accident.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? You win because you fucking work your ass off.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So tell me about Gi Worlds versus No-Ghee Worlds. How does your strategy change? And I don't want to give out too much strategy. It doesn't matter. But how does your strategy change? Because the way I look at the gi is, I don't want to say it's more diverse, but I feel like I have more options. If I want to stand up, I can stand up. If I want to pull, I can pull. Yeah. With No-Ghee, I feel like, for me, like I look at, and correct me if I'm wrong, I look at No-Ghee as like wrestling and leg locks. Mm-hmm. If you don't have that in your game at the black belt level, you're going to have a really hard time winning.
See, that's...
Yeah.
You're my student.
Yeah.
So we have the same, we train this. I mean, we trained together for so many years.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Your mentality is the same mentality as mine.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I got to the older divisions, and I don't care who sees this, whatever, because I'm still I'm evolving.
Yeah, of course.
And so I want my guys, that I fight that, anyway. So as I got older, in my division, there weren't very, very many people in my division that did takedowns.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah. They were like a well-known wrestler if they did.
That's it.
You knew them. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so I cleaned up my wrestling.
Yeah.
And now I know for sure that I have a little bit of a reputation with wrestling, and I'm not even that good of a wrestler.
Right.
But I just go 100%.
Yeah.
I have two things that I do.
Yeah.
And you better be ready for them.
Well, you got that blast double, right? That blast double, and it almost puts you right into their guard. So, I mean, and you're opening the guard and passing is your thing. So
I love passing.
Yeah, yeah. So it puts you right into the game.
So the strategy that I have for gi and no-gi is takedowns. Mm-hmm. And because my age, it's back in the day, and those guys are the older guys in jiu-jitsu that come up, and I always fight guys that have been jiu-jitsu longer than they've been black belts longer than I've even started jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But they always think that leg locks are like cheap, and they don't respect them.
Yeah.
But that is what I play now. I play all, well, I'm not going to say I play all, but all takedowns straight to the legs.
Yeah.
I look for knee bars, calf slicers, and toe holds.
Yeah.
That's my game.
Yeah.
I'm looking for them because in the finals 2020 No-Ghee Worlds, I got a guy, I'll just say it, a Brazilian guy in my division, and he made it to the finals. I made it to the finals. I put him in a toe hold, and I cranked it just a little, and just because I didn't want to I don't want to damage anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And he did not defend, and he just stayed there, and I'm like, all right. And then I hit that toe hold super hard, and I cracked his ankle. He screamed, and then that was it. Because I believe that some of the traditional older guys that are my age, they're not really looking for those things. I'm not for sure, because I might get leg locked at some point or whatever. I'll find somebody who has a good defense. I do have a guy that has a good defense. I toe holded him at Pans in the finals, Vince, and then I met him at Worlds in the finals, I think that same year, and he wasn't having it. I couldn't get to his legs at all. So he didn't play that deep half that he's used to. Yeah. He played a different game, and so he was preparing for my game, which he did a great job. Yeah. Vince is an amazing man. Yeah. And so that's my strategy. Yeah. So gi and no gi is the same thing. Okay. In my division, my older division, they never look for takedowns. Yeah. And I'm going to do it real quick. Yeah. I'm not going to wait. And then they're never looking like, once I take you down, I'm already hugging that leg, looking for that leg. And there's not a lot of defense from it. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay. Yeah. And I find in the gi, just because, the collar drag is there, outside single, and then if they defend outside single, you're pretty much got the double there. So there's a lot of opportunity that people overlook with the takedown, right? It's usually like a shot pull kind of thing, right? They go, they take one shot, and then if it doesn't happen, they're, deep into a De La Hiva or something like that. But yeah, you've got several options from there. And, and if you're looking for it, the leg locks are there. But how long before they allow us to reap and heel hook in no-gi?
I don't think they will.
Really? You don't think they'll? No.
I think they may move up to Master 1, and I don't know.
What's your opinion on it? What do you want to? Would you want to do it?
The only thing, no.
Okay.
No, because literally at my age, I got to go to work the next day. I got to teach at school. Yeah. I'm okay with the rules the way they are. Okay. The only thing that I think that masters should have is more time. Yes. Way more time. Yeah. Well, you're a cardio machine. So yes. Yeah. You can outlast them until they're freaking tired. Yeah. And then you're going to destroy them. Yeah. And that was always my game too. My game was always faster than the guys that I train with, because I always train with 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 20-year-olds. Yep. Not even 40-year-olds, just 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds. And I felt like I was, because my training partners were younger, I felt like that, okay, I'm going to give this game to a 50-year-old. Yeah. Right. Should be good to go. Yeah. And it usually is. Yeah. It usually is. Yeah. So I think we should, man, when I do fight to wins, I'm doing fight to wins and we're doing 8 minutes. I'm like, fine with it.
It's a blast.
It's freaking great.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my guy to tire out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I didn't do so well in fight to win, but still, that time I'm fine with. Yeah. I know how to manage my breathing, my grips, and all that. I'm fine with all that. They're probably not. Yeah. But that's when it comes to experience. Yeah. Yeah. I fought some tough guys, and I fought Sergio Silva. I lost to him. And he's a world champion when he was a youngster. Yeah. So he's an adult world champion. I thought I won that fight. And then I got wrecked by Casio Warnick, which he was a 3-time adult world champion. Yeah. He's a legend too. Yeah. So you'll find those guys that have been doing jiu-jitsu longer than you that know how to manage that.
Yeah.
That breathing, that muscle fatigue.
Yeah.
And I teach like you. I have white belts and blue belts. I understand that they're still learning, but when we roll, they're like squeezing the guard and holding the grip super tight. I'm like, dude, you're gonna sit out the next round because you're gonna be too tired.
Yeah.
And those are things that you just learn in time.
Yeah. And I think for me, I work on a lot of the the stuff off the mats, right? I do a lot of weightlifting. I do a lot of cardio stuff.
Yeah.
So if I had I always think if I had 3 more minutes.
Yeah.
If I had 3 more minutes, you just at the master's level at our age, we just don't have the guy with a better cardio. They don't give them the ability to drag the other person into deeper water.
Yeah. I don't think that, I'll be honest with you, there's very few people that are our age that train as hard as we do.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
When I go to Worlds, when I go to Master Worlds, I've already put my time in.
Yeah.
And I know when I take off, when I put on my gi, my belt, when I take off my hoodie, whatever, when I wade in and I'm waiting there, I don't talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to my coaches. That's it. I don't talk to my opponents, even though I've known them and I fought them many times before, because it gets a little scarce, in our division. We fight the same guys.
Yeah.
But I know I'm prepared. In my head, mentally, I'm good.
Yeah.
I emotionally, mentally am good for those mats.
Yeah.
And I really don't think, because I fight guys that I look at them and in my division, not the other divisions, they're not in the same physique as I am, have the same physique as I have. They're not, I could just see them. Mm-hmm. And it's different because I don't like to go to a tournament. I want to make sure my students know this too. If you're going to sign up for something that this is important, that's this important, you're not going to go over there just to get a medal. You're not going to go there to get a t-shirt.
Right.
This is the World Championships.
Yeah.
And people are coming all over the world to fight you.
Yeah. And
if you are not prepared, you're wasting their time.
100%.
And what happens if you injure them if you're not prepared and you injure a guy on accident, because it could be a fluke.
It happens. Yeah.
You ruin that guy that has been working so hard. Maybe he came from Germany. Maybe he came from Vietnam.
Yeah.
We get people all over the world.
All over the world, man.
And you screw that guy's chance because you fell on his knee wrong, and we know you're not in shape to do it because you wanted to go there just for the experience. Yeah. That's bullshit.
It is. And I say this to my competitors, especially my blue belt competitors that are going to go to Worlds or Pans, and they look at their bracket and they're like, dude, there's like 115 people in my bracket. And I'm like, hey, slow down. I was like, out of the 115, 75 of them don't belong there.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the ones you just got to run through.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're not competing throughout the year, you're going to end up in the bracket with all of the good people like you. Right? And then you get screwed. Yeah. And that's how brackets get screwed up. But they can only put people in front of you based on your ranking.
Yes.
So if you don't compete throughout the year in IBJJF and you go to an IBJJF World Championship, you don't exist.
Yes.
You're a zero. So you're going to go against number one.
Yes. You could have fought you could have won Naga, you could have won AGF, you could have won NABJJF, you could have won all these local tournaments.
Doesn't matter.
No. Does not matter.
No.
When you go there and you haven't put your time into the IBJJF, you're
zero.
The lowest person on the totem pole. So you're going to go against number one, probably in the first.
You're literally unranked. Yeah. So I tell them, like, hey, go to nationals. Make sure you go to nationals. That's a ×4, right? You podium at nationals. Okay, now you've made some waves.
You can make some points.
Yeah. And it doesn't take that many tournaments to get into the top 50.
Yeah.
When you're in the top 50, you're not going to end up against the number one seed. That's going to be number 115 that doesn't compete, right? Yeah. So I tell them this because I don't want that big number to get into your head. Yeah. And it's the same thing with the Master World Championships. When you got 45 in your division, in my head, 25 of them don't belong. That's just my head. That's where my brain goes. Yeah. I got to deal with 20, right? Now I got 20 guys that, okay, I don't have to fight all 20. How many is 20 people from 4 matches?
Yeah.
I'm going to have 4 tough matches.
Yeah.
Right? It's usually 6, but 4 of them are going to be tough.
Yeah.
And that's usually the way it goes.
Might not even that.
Yeah. And that's usually the way it goes.
Because you know what? You may have a guy with a. Yeah, we're not gonna put no names out there.
No, of course not.
But you fought a guy who was number 1 ranked, and you fought him, and he thought, because you're new, you just jumped into black belt. He thought you were going to be a walkover, and when you fought him, it was so sick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. Because maybe he didn't prepare like he should have. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was done the next round.
Oh yeah,
he was out the next round.
Yeah, he was out.
Because he thought that, okay, I have 4 fights. I could do 4 fights. He didn't know that there was going to be somebody like you in the division. Before the finals. Yeah. Just like John Cabay. John Cabay is another black belt of mine, and he the same thing. Got the number 1 guy in the division. I believe he won his match, but whatever. Yeah. Sometimes things go the other way.
Yeah.
And he also gave the number 1 guy, number 1 seed.
Yeah.
The hardest match I've seen in a long time. And the guy was out the next round.
Yeah.
That's why we have a good organization.
Yeah, man. And that's why you prepare so hard, because you never know. You can only fight who they put in front of you.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's number 100 or number 1. I'm going to go at them like they owe me money.
That's right.
Yeah.
You never underestimate anybody.
Absolutely not. And I was preparing for one person, and I didn't get to fight them because I lost a match before. But had I won that match, I would have fought the person that I wanted to fight.
I love that one person, by the way.
I love him too. I couldn't help it. I'm fanboying.
Well, we could say it's Jose Carlos.
Jose Carlos. When I found out Jose Carlos was in my division, I'm like, I've been to this guy's seminar twice as a white belt and a blue belt. Like, and of course I'm honored, but no, man, I want to give him a run. Let's find out,
yes.
And he didn't remember me. He travels the world. But I talked to him afterwards, and I was like, dude, I said I wanted to fight you so bad. And he says, he goes, I saw your first fight. I was like, who the hell is this guy? He's like a machine. So it was cool, but he's always, he's always been really good to us. You know what I mean? He's a really good guy.
Yes.
And it would have been, first of all, it's an honor to be in his division.
Oh, man.
Right?
No. You work now.
But I wanted to fight him. Like
it's not an honor.
Yeah.
No.
I earned it.
You're in that spot. You're in that spot. Yeah.
But again, as I compete more, as I accumulate more points, maybe he'll be on another side of a bracket.
Well, I think you're out of his division right now.
I am.
Okay. I think he's got 2 more years.
Yeah.
No.
He's
3 more years.
Yeah, he's younger than I am.
Yeah, it's 3 more years into your division. Yeah. So this is the year that you and I'm not going to compete as much this year.
Yeah.
Because we're going into our new divisions.
Yeah.
Every time I was the baby, we call it the baby when you're the youngest person in the division, like you just move into that division. Yeah.
So every 5 years, so for people that don't know, when you hit the Masters division at 30 years old, every 5 years you go into the next Masters division. So Master 1 would be 30 to 35 roughly.
31
to 35. And then it's 36 to 40 and 40 to 45.
Yeah. So like this year I go into the 56 to 60.
Bam. It's hard to say, right?
I know, gosh. And believe me, there are some tough guys in my division.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And in your division, like I believe that, because I've been watching you, doing what you're doing, you're rolling into my division that I'm leaving, weight class below me. But I believe that this is your year. Just like John Cabay has 2 more years in this division. I think John Cabay is going to be fine still now. But I think that when he goes into the division that you're in now, Master 5, he's going to be the same way. And so we're going to have wrecking machines for Aries.
Yeah. No, it's going to be great.
Yes.
And I'm healthy. I feel better than ever. Yeah. I'm weight training. I'm doing cardio. I'm training. It's funny. You were talking about needing that time, that that little peace of mind that jiu-jitsu gives you, right? We spend so much time on the business side of it that we feel like, God, I need a break, but I don't need a break from jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Thursdays are my day off, and I spend my Thursdays training with you.
Except for last
week, but that's a long story.
That's right.
That's a long story.
That's right.
But that is my. It's just fun. Being a student for
it's a little bizarre.
It is.
It's a little bizarre that all you do is jiu-jitsu and then your day off,
I just want to do jiu-jitsu. But I'm doing it as a student. You know what I mean? I have no responsibilities. You know, I'm not going to walk in and be like, oh, you're coaching today. Nothing. Like you've got plenty of black belts. They're all coaches. Yeah. Most of your black belts are coaches. Yeah. So I can just go there and be a student, get my rounds in, and you know, really like connect with the team. Yes. You know, because I say this, you know, over and over and over again. Like I grew up on those mats. Yeah. You know, I started when I was 40. I was a grown man, old man for jiu-jitsu years, but I literally grew up on those mats. So that place, that, you know, Aries, Arizona is like sacred ground to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I love going in there, and
a lot of people have been through those doors.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people, and I love it.
Yeah. You know, Tom said something the other day. Tom is one of my morning coaches, black belt, really great guy. He said something the other day. He looked on our system and he looked at how many people had signed waivers for our school. And it's the numbers like 1,400 and change. Yeah. So we've had 1,400 and change people walk through that door, right? We've given out 12 blue belts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a lot of people coming and going, 12 blue belts. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. I can only imagine what it is on your end.
The numbers are a little bit different because I've been around a lot longer than you have.
Yeah.
And jiu-jitsu is just so big now. It's so different because I have guys that come to my school, they train with me. And for whatever reason it is, they decide to move on to a different school. And I used to take it super personal because I put so much time into these people, and I love these people like family. Yeah. If they stay until they get their blue belts, they're like my guys.
Yeah.
And of course they move on to other belts, but when they move on to blue belts doesn't matter, when they spend time with me and they leave, it's heartbreaking, but it's so different because when you have all those people that walk in through your doors, you never know which ones are going to leave.
You never know.
Never know.
And there's some guys, like when I was teaching your morning class, there were some guys that would walk in. I'd be like, it'd be about a week. They're still there. Yeah. They're still there. They're purple belts now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's what's beautiful about jiu-jitsu. You just never know who's going to stay, right?
You don't.
And when I started at your school and you had the small mat space 2 doors down.
God.
1,400 square feet, wall-to-wall mats, so you had to take your shoes off to go to the bathroom.
Yes. Yeah. The parents hated that.
They hated it, but you know what? It keeps parents out of there. That's kind of good.
And we only had one bathroom.
Only one bathroom.
And there was one guy that always bombed it. And I'm like...
I'm not going to say who it is, Aaron.
You already knew it.
He would destroy that bathroom. Oh, my God. Yeah. That he... Unapologetic.
No, he just walked out and train.
Door open. Gross. Oh, my gosh. But when I started, it was like, it was a different era. Yeah. And, you know, Samir Chantre was on the show and he talked about 10 years in jiu-jitsu. Might as well be 1,000 years in real life. Yeah. Because it is exponentially different.
It's so...
Back then, it was like, it was a room full of sharks.
Yes.
And we were a young school and it was super competitive and everybody wanted to kill each other.
Yes.
But what happened to jiu-jitsu? Like, I'm not saying it's bad because it's not, but it's more available, I guess, to more people who otherwise would not. 10 years ago, you wouldn't have this many people in jiu-jitsu.
Well, so no. Everything changes, just like anything. Like everything is going to evolve, and we've evolved to a great art. Our art is beautiful.
We are blessed, man.
And it's all over the place. Yeah. But everybody wants to do it because they see it on ADCC, they see it on Fight Pass, they see it on Flow Grappling, they see it everywhere. Our art is beautiful. Everybody wants to do it. And every time that you watch a UFC, so-and-so is a black belt, so-and-so is a brown belt. So it's like, wow, what we're doing is amazing because we're building like these guys that are going to fight pro and win world champion and world UFC titles.
Yeah.
Bellator titles.
Yeah.
And so the mainstream person wants to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You have, like both you and I, we have schools with doctors and pharmacists and
accountants.
Police officers, criminals. Yeah. We have everything. We have everything.
Yeah.
And so everybody wants to be a part of that. And so back when I started, when there was really no schools around, we didn't have we had no like guidelines, or we could do whatever we want.
Yeah.
If some wrestler came, high school wrestling, we can destroy him.
Yeah.
And that was just because that's the way the culture was back then.
Yeah.
But now we have to tone it down, because the guy that's doing your taxes, the guy that's taking care of your kid because he's a doctor or whatever. All those people want to do it because they want to be a part of that whole culture, the UFC and all these things that they see. They want to be able to be the guy that everybody talks to when a UFC's, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then they can say, hey, this.
Well, and I enjoy being a facilitator of that. Like, I enjoy having that person who otherwise would not, 10 years ago, probably wouldn't have lasted 2 days. Yeah. But I enjoy having them be in my academy for years. Like, I don't want to lose any of them. But
what I'm trying to get at is that we had to the hazing and
the hazing was beautiful.
I loved it. It'll come back because full circle. Yeah. So we had to tone it down so everybody can get involved, because if you want to own a business, you have to be open to all walks of life. Yeah. Because let me tell you, I could not get over the bump of 120 students, because my mats were tough. Yeah. People would come in.
I threw up a couple times in week 1. I don't know why I came back. I threw up during warm-ups.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Glad you did.
Yeah.
So that's what would happen. People would just drop, take the gi off, leave it in the bathroom, and just walk out the door.
I remember that. Yes.
They didn't even give a shit.
No.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
no,
they would just leave.
Because our mats were so. I was a hard teacher.
Yeah.
I was like tough as shit.
Yeah.
If you didn't want, like, you're rolling,
yeah.
and everybody was be like, oh, and nope. I don't care if you drank last night. I don't care if you studied all night. I didn't care about nothing.
Yeah.
You are training hard.
Yeah.
And no matter what, you're going to get through this class.
Yeah. You know what I don't remember about your first location, the small location? I don't remember seeing people sitting rounds out.
No.
I don't remember, sitting on the wall.
There was not enough room.
None of that. There was not enough room.
It was so small.
To sit.
No.
But I remember, here's what I do remember. I remember I was a white belt, and we were gearing up for, it had to be a local tournament, because it might have been Vegas. We were going to go to Vegas. Remember Vegas Open?
Yeah. We always did them.
Oh, fantastic.
They were the best.
Yeah. But I remember being just exhausted. And these are my favorite times, by the way. I'm exhausted. I'm covered in sweat. There's not a dry spot on me. And I remember it's already 9:00. Like, class should be over. And then Paul says, one more round. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, we leave tomorrow. We leave tomorrow to go compete on Saturday.
That was terrible.
But we would do it.
Yes.
We would do it.
Yes.
And I kind of miss that. I miss that edgy, gritty, just sopping wet mop,
this is when we were a part of No-Ghee at the time. And I knew for a fact, because people would come and tell me on other teams, if they had a No-Ghee person in their division, they would be worried.
Yeah.
Every time that they're like somebody in their bracket, or they had to face them first, oh my God. Back then, No-Ghee, shit.
Yeah, the Bastos brothers. You got a lot of...
No, but I'm just saying...
Local?
Just Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not Phoenix. Just Arizona.
Yeah.
We fucking killed it.
Yeah.
We'd go to Vegas.
Win it.
And win it.
Yeah, we'd win
it. It was crazy. We did because we worked hard.
Yeah.
I mean, Gustavo gave me this great template.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's not broken. I'm not going to change it.
Yeah.
So we would come over, and I would teach the same way he did. He trained people hard.
Mm-hmm.
The mats were tough at GD. They probably still are, but I haven't been there in years. But I'm just saying, back then when I was there, oh my God, it was crazy tough. Yeah. And I'd implement that at my school, and it'd be hard at our school. So we would bring 2 solid teams. I mean, we had a few other affiliates,
couple affiliates,
but I had a big team, and he had a big team, and we would go out there and just like, people would be like, "Oh my God!" Yeah. And then it was so great because Gustavo would compete, and he was the leader, and then I would compete, and it was just, everybody was super pumped up.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember going out there, and the open was one day.
Yeah.
It was Saturday.
In that sports arena.
In the sports arena. Yeah.
Small.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
I mean, for those days.
Yeah. Today you probably couldn't do it in there. No, too many spectators.
Too small.
But I remember like they had a snack bar and stuff like that. That all I could do was stare at it because I didn't go till like 5 or 6 in the afternoon. But then we would leave the venue like 8, and then by 10 o'clock we were on the strip.
Yes.
And that was wild, man.
I remember.
That was wild.
I remember when Gerson came onto our team.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So Gerson comes onto our team, and he's with part of Nova at the time.
Yeah.
And Gerson, we got him motivated, and he started training hard like all of us, and it was great. And then Gerson's first match was against Rafael Mendez.
Rafa Mendez, yeah.
And all of us go to California Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We go there. We're all eating salads and water. Yeah. And he eats a pizza with strawberry lemonade. And we're like,
I remember that.
What are you doing?
And then the second time we went out there with Gerson, his match was against Samir.
He had to fight 2 legends in a row.
God, dude, that was rough, man.
But he didn't, because we're all disciplined.
Yeah.
And he eats the pizza in front of us. And we're like,
I was so mad at him. I was so
what are you doing?
Not only was I gonna eat a salad that night, I was gonna live on almonds and an apple until 6 o'clock the next evening because that's when I went. I usually went late. Yeah, dude, that was wild. Yeah, those were good times, man. We had a great team.
No, but not saying anything bad about Gerson.
No,
Gerson's
of course
tough
not.
As shit.
He's tough as that.
He's tough as heck.
I don't know. Like whenever I rolled with him, it was like I felt like there was 2 of them because he was everywhere. Like he was everywhere. I was getting submitted every 2 seconds. But those are 2 tough goes though. He gave him a little bit of a run. Like it wasn't like a pushover. Gerson gave him a little bit of a run, but they were tough guys.
The Rafael, no. The Samir just a little bit.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah. He did pretty good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So then let's man, this is hard for me to talk about because we went through a transition from No-Ghee to Aries. And it was good though. It was hard, but it was good. And I don't want to talk about like politics and I don't want to go into any of that. But there were guys, and they're going to remain nameless, but I spent time with them. Yeah. Like, whenever I drove to Vegas, there were times when Amy wouldn't come with, right? But I'd be like, or Anaheim or wherever, I'd be like, I've got room in the car. Yeah. It's usually me and Justin. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was like, I got room in the car if somebody wants to roll with us, whatever. And I would never ask for any money. Yeah. Like, I was going to go there anyway, right? Yeah. And I think at the time I had a company car, so everything's taken care of. But, if they needed a place to stay, whatever, you know what I mean? And then we're no longer a part of that team, and then they ghost us. Yeah. All of them.
But you know what?
I mean, it's come full circle. We're kind of cool again.
It's cool. It's come full circle.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That hurt, though.
It did hurt, but I get it. Yeah. I get it because just like, we're talking like jiu-jitsu schools, which is very small compared to like, like big corporations. The same thing happens there. Yeah. Yeah. You can't moonlight at this job. You can't. Same thing happens. Yeah. Even though those relationships were personal because we're with each other, we're chatting with each other, drinking beers with each other, having breakfast in the morning with each other. We built this like really tight relationships, but it was rough. Yeah. But I'm okay with it because I get to see, I don't think personally myself handled it the best way. I tried my best, but it was new to me. Mm-hmm. But now I get to see other schools that are breaking and how awful the tension and things are. Yeah. And so I think I could have done a better job, but there are worse out there. Yeah. Because I think that I have a reputation in the community and I don't want to ruin that. Yeah. So I think that I handled it just enough where I wasn't this jackass. Yeah, yeah. Well, and when it comes to the leadership of it, I think the leadership handled it very professionally. Yeah. It wasn't a good fit.
and we needed to go our separate ways. And that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm more in the trenches kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, cause I didn't know any better. I wasn't part of the leadership.
Well,
you were
just
I was just a blue belt. Yeah. So I was nobody, you know, but like
not a nobody, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I wasn't a part of the leadership, and I didn't until like pretty recently. I realized, okay, the leadership handled it very professionally, and we landed in a good spot. You know what I mean?
Oh, I can. The story was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I left the team or whatever the situation may be.
Yep.
I was no longer a part of the team.
Yeah.
Nova, which is a great team.
Yeah, great team.
And then Samir, Cashinho, and Milton, not all at the same time, they all left Kaotera.
Yeah.
And Samir and I mean, God, I had been friends with Samir and Cashinho, Milton a little bit, but Samir and Cashinho, let's put it this way. I was friends with Samir. Him and I were friends.
Yeah.
And then Cashinho and I, we were kind of friends. And then Milton, I didn't see him much just because that's just the way it worked out.
Yeah.
But Samir, when he left, he was the last one to leave. And I sent him a private message and I go, hey, I don't have a team. And Steve Judson, he's a Nova Nyao black belt. He's Gustavo's Gustavo's first black belt. He says, Paul, do something on your own. And I thought about it a little bit. I'm like, nah. I like the Nova Nyao family where everybody goes to a tournament and we get to see everybody from all over the country, all over the world.
Yeah. Or we go to another state and there's a Nova Nyao team there to hang out with.
It's great.
It's
great. I love that. I love that feeling.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be in charge of something that big, or I didn't want to be in charge of a team, a team.
Yeah.
So I thought about it a little bit. You know, Rosenberg, one of my friends, he's a black belt. He has his own team. And he did that before my separation with Nova Nyao. And I just didn't want that.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to go to tournaments and see other people from other countries.
Yeah, of course.
Other states.
Yeah.
And so I sent Samir a message and I go, hey, Samir, if you're planning on doing something, I want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And he sends me it's a crazy story, but he sends me a message. He goes, Paul, you cannot say anything, but yes, we are. But you're going to have to fight under Samir Chantre Academy.
I remember that. Yeah, we signed up for tournaments under Samir Chantre Academy.
Not very long, because it was only from October to December. Yeah. Or in December, we announced the team, the Aries team. That's all I wanted to be a part of it. So I'm pretty sure it was either me or Kungtar. I'm pretty sure it was my team.
Yeah.
That was the very first affiliate under Aries.
Yeah.
And then that relationship just became this
blossomed. Yeah.
Became this great thing.
Yeah.
And then I became all three of the founders. Man, they're like brothers to me.
Yeah.
And Kenny Kim too. Kenny Kim didn't come up. He didn't join our team. I think he joined our team like 2 years later. I can't remember, but then Kenny Kim came in.
But he was always tight with Samir and them.
Always tight with them. And then this, now we have this foundation of Aries, which is amazing.
What amazes me the most is how organized they were in a very short period of time. You know what I mean? Because I noticed with like other organizations, like they weren't as like organized at the top, from the top down. You know what I mean? Like everybody did their own thing, and there was like a million of the, this team is like broken up into several different factions, and all those factions have this big, list of people in the IBJJF, like, signed up under tournaments. They're the same team, but they're not.
Yeah.
Aries is Aries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's Aries, Roseville, there's, Arizona, Mesa, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we're all really organized when it comes to competition. We go under one banner.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
And we're getting better at that. Business is hard, and when you're leading a team, the Aries has like 75 schools worldwide. Mm-hmm. And when you're leading a team like that, and then some of the owners or founders or whatever, they get not distracted, but they have like things that they got to take care of.
Yeah.
And then this person has to take care of this. And so I think they're doing a great job. I think that Aries is a great organization.
Oh, yeah.
But eventually with something big, you have to come together again, and then you have to revamp. Not revamp, but you have to start like reorganizing.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, I'm just saying that we have so many teams. I don't know all the teams.
Me either.
I don't even know who all the black belts are. And I think that's one thing that I think we can do better is that maybe we have a list of all the black belts. We put their lineage or whatever, and then we have like reference dictionary, whatever, with these person's names. That way I know who they are.
Yeah.
Because when I go to tournaments, and if I see a Aries and it says Aries, I don't know, like Aries, New York or something, whatever, I want to know who they are.
Yeah, of course.
I want to know who they're training under.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, that's just something we can be working on.
Yeah, and one thing that we did, remember the Atlanta trip in 2019 where all the Aries, I remember some of it.
No, I don't remember.
I remember some of it. But it was that trip that we did where it was like that
mansion that we rented?
Yes. No, that was for the tournament. I'm talking for the leadership summit.
Okay, yeah.
Where all the team leaders came to town. Remember we all had matching shirts?
Oh, yeah. Kenny did a great job.
Yeah, Kenny did an outstanding job. And we all got to know each other. Like that was my one and only opportunity to meet like guys from Alaska and other people that were just from around the country. That was really cool.
Right.
I think that's something we should do at a black belt level. Have 100%. Like a black belt summit, and 100%. then I think that's something that needs to happen.
Yes, and we there should be no tournament distracting us. We should be going somewhere
just for that.
Atlanta, California. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Just so we can not restructure, but get to know each other.
Yeah.
Get to know each other. Yeah. That way, when we just see each other at tournaments, it's all about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Well, and it helps because let's just say we're at Pans and we have, 6 people in the final at the same time.
Yeah.
You and I can only be in so many places at so many times and be like, hey, can you grab this guy, mat 4? And
right.
That's the part I love, where you can just grab Q and be like, hey, man, I need you on mat 2. And he just takes off running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's actually those 3 guys, the founders, they are excellent instructors for sure, but they're great coaches.
Yeah.
Every time I was in my biggest matches, when I was with since I've been with Aries, I just turn my head. Boom, there's Casino.
Right there. Yep.
Boom, there's Milton.
Yep.
Boom, there's Casino. Boom, there's Kenny.
Yeah.
And then all my black belts like you, Kabe, and then I see all the people in the back. Man, but those 3 coaches, the 3 founders, they know how to coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know how to run to a mat. They know how to okay, someone needs to be here, someone needs to be there. Oh, there's someone. Man, I always turn my head and Casino screaming at me.
He's always there. Yeah.
The perfect fucking
same here.
The perfect things that I needed to win my matches.
Yep.
I had a guy in a choke. And I was ready to let it go and go for the pass. And Casino screams, "Finish it!" And his voice is not super loud, but I can hear it.
Yeah.
And I just went clank, and then the guy tapped out.
No way.
So
wow,
these guys been doing jiu-jitsu just as long as I have, but they've been doing it at a higher level.
Yeah.
They know when just don't even stop.
Yeah.
And I want to stop. I'm like, oh, my hands are getting tired.
Yeah. We were joking about Kishino yesterday. We were talking about him when he hits an omoplata in competition, and he already starts celebrating. Like, he knows it's the deal. It's a done deal. Like, he hits it, and he's, like, pumping his fist and smiling.
There's all 3 of them, because the 3 of the founders I built relationships with, and they all 3 have completely different styles.
Insane.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. Can you imagine having to rope Milton Bastos in? Can you imagine having to rope him in? Anyway, sorry. Love you, Milton.
So I feel like Milton, you don't want to fight. I feel, even though you see his pictures when he's fighting and he's like straight face, I feel like he fights with emotion, because that sometimes is really good. I feel like he fights from emotion with emotion.
What makes you say that?
Because every time something transitions, he's like, he doesn't let it happen. He gets like, it just.
Oh, gotcha.
He just is super aggressive.
Yeah.
Super aggressive.
Do you think he's the most aggressive of the three?
Of the three, I think that he would have been the best MMA fighter.
Wow.
Literally.
Okay.
Literally, because he fights on emotion. He's very technical, but he doesn't want to lose at all.
Yeah.
At all costs. Mm-hmm. And you can see it, even though he's always like got that stoic face.
Yeah.
Casino is the wizard.
Yeah.
When he teaches and when he does things, I don't even know how he got there. Like, what the hell are you doing?
I know exactly what you mean.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He makes up shit.
Yeah.
So okay. So Milton is the emotional guy. He doesn't want to lose at all costs. Mm-hmm. Casino, he's the athletic guy and takes chances. Mm-hmm. When he fights, he goes in different directions. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Samir is the calm, collected fighter.
Yeah.
Like, he's a pressure person. See, all of them have all three different attributes, but Samir is like this calm fighter.
Yeah.
And he will make you wish you didn't ask for the role.
I know exactly how that feels.
So all three of them are
awful.
so good. They're all world champions.
Yeah.
And they're all so good, and they have all something to give.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever seen Milton, he's going to hear this too. If you've ever seen him coach, boy, it's emotional as heck. And I love it because that's the kind of person you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's the emotional guy. Casino is the wizard. Like, he takes chances, but then those chances end up being on his favor because he's just so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Samir is like the calm, collected fighter. He doesn't waste any energy. He's smiling at you while he's choking you out. Like, Paul, what can you do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. That's the heaviest 140 pounder I've ever been under, man.
Truth.
Yeah.
The truth.
He's so heavy.
All three of them are like pretty damn brilliant.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's pretty amazing how, like, they were, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, is if you take Milton, if you take Kishinyo, Samir, Kenny, all the leaders of Aries, what we would call the leadership council of Aries, everybody came from a different team.
Yeah.
Nobody grew up together.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say they didn't, you know what I mean? It's not like they didn't grow up in the same team together. Yeah. Like, you got Milton with Paragon.
Yeah.
You've got Kishinyo with Soul Fighters, right? You've got Samir with Carlson Gracie, right? And then you got you through Nova Now. You got Kenny through, I don't know, where did Kenny come from?
Kenny, I remember he's from Kautera.
So he
I don't know if he got his black belt from Kautera. I don't know.
Okay.
But he might have been with a team before that, but I think...
Because they were all CTA at one point.
Yeah, but Kenny was in CTA with them. That's how they all knew each other.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. But that's wild, man. Like, the lineage is, like, so diverse. So when people ask me about my lineage...
But with Kenny, it's so crazy. You go to Atlanta, he knows everybody. Everybody.
It's insane.
You remember the story when
we're when the guy was going to kick us out? He's like, shining a light, get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Kenny. We ended up BSing with the guy for like a half hour.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's the mayor of Marietta, Georgia.
No, he's the mayor of
Atlanta.
Don't cut it that short. He knows everybody.
You know what? I was so grateful one time when the bars were closing. I was like, I want to go back to the Airbnb so bad. And then
ungrateful, you mean?
Yeah,
because we found a 3 o'clock bar.
Yeah. And Kenny goes, "Oh, I know an after hours place, not too far from here." I'm like, "Oh,
I remember that.
My gosh, I was in so much pain." That was awesome though. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, what more could you ask for? Like, so down to earth. Yeah. So experienced, so smart. We have a very smart leadership group.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do. Can't ask for a whole lot more, man.
No, not at all. The group is completely. They come with so much.
Yeah.
I can't ask to be on a better team.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on a better team.
Yeah.
This is my life.
Yeah.
Long team. I'm never going to change.
Yeah.
Never.
So 2000. Oh gosh, what was it? 2018. We started a plan that we were going to support tournaments at the leadership place, right? So Phoenix Open, Atlanta Open, San Jose, and then wherever. It would have been Nashville, right? But at the time he was still in Modesto. But that got all screwed up because of COVID. I really want to do that again.
Well, we were supposed to put together a calendar for our team here locally.
And it hasn't worked out yet.
We
can still do it though.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. It's going to take a little to get us wrapped up and get back to like controlling the team and organizing. Not controlling the team, but
I know what you mean.
Organizing a little bit different. Yeah.
So I mean, like we can still do the Atlanta Fall. You know what I mean, or something like that. Maybe Nashville. But I'd like to. I think it's cool if we all show up, train with them, compete with them, in their cities, and they come to us, and and maybe we can support something Midwest if we have whatever.
I've got to on my part, I've got to like ignite that fire again in my team because we've become more of a hobbyist. I'm not going to say a complete hobbyist team. I'm now that I'm teaching the fundamentals in advance, I got more of a grasp on my team, and I feel like I should have never left, but man, I needed a break.
No, you did the right move. You made the right move because, like, and I say this to Amy all the time, because I think it's important that I'm in the academy when we're training and we're you know what I mean when we're training and I need to be teaching as well. It'd be really easy for me to take a step back and have somebody else teach my 3 classes per week, and then I just kind of chill and do whatever, maybe show up, maybe not. But I noticed, like, when you're in your academy is a different place than when you're not. So even whether you're teaching or not, just your presence makes a huge difference. So I don't mean to cut you off, but that is something that I think is important for academy owners to understand. People are joining your academy because of the vibe, and the vibe is created by the owner, like it or not. It's encouraged by the team, but it's created by one person.
So I haven't really figured out the balance. You know how you have football coaches that have been ex-football players, and they can take the pads off, and they're standing there in their polo and their shorts or their pants, and they're coaching. They're not fucking tackling anybody.
Nope. Yep.
They're telling you this is what you got to do because of their experience. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard because we still have that fire in us.
I want to fucking train.
Yeah, we have that fire in us.
I want to roll.
Hell yeah.
Because when I roll, then the fire comes in, and I'm like, I start coaching like the way I used to coach, the way I need to coach, the way I need to get people to come back tomorrow. Yeah. Like, hey, wait a second. You shouldn't have done this, that. Tomorrow we'll fix it up, and then they come back tomorrow. Yeah. And I don't, and it's hard because I'm invested because it's the money coming into me. Of course, it's the it's a legacy. It's the it's just the reputation. And so when I'm sitting out the class, it's hard for me to go in there because I don't want to interrupt the coach, because that's the coach's job, because I pay him for that. It's hard.
Yeah, but I think, one thing that I do is I try to drop into all of the classes. Not to coach, not to teach, just to be in there, just so they see me. I'm still here. I'm still a part of the team. Yeah. But what I'm keying on is obviously the fundamentals program is our bread and butter. I mean, that's something that we have to make sure it goes well.
White belts.
So so I'm teaching the evening fundamentals class 3 days a week, but I'm kind of directing the competition team. So I feel like my role is to be the shorts and polo, right? To a point, because I'm still competing. I still have the fire in me. Yeah. But I think I'm going to put the team first and then myself second. And one thing I'm going to start doing with the competition team is we do a competition training on Sundays, and it's not on the schedule. I rarely announce it, because if you're going to show up, you're going to show up. Yeah. That's just the way I am. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It's an hour and a half of this sucks. It's an hour and a half of Paul Nava's old, 6 p.m. class, right?
If you want to be a competitor.
Yeah, it's going to suck, right? It's going to be tough rounds.
I'll be honest with you. If you want to be a competitor, you have to look at the guys that are coming from the other professional schools that don't have jobs, that don't go anywhere. They don't even go to school.
Yeah.
They're shipped from Brazil or whatever country, and that's all they do all day long.
Yeah. And there's some homemade people. There's some people. Yeah. There's some people from the States that are doing that. Yeah.
But that competition class has to be hard no matter what, because that might be the only hardcore class that your competitor is going to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to make it hard. Yeah.
So one of the things, and you know, Sierra and I were talking about this, is a lot of the things that the hardcore competition classes like that for people that are homeschooled just so they can do jiu-jitsu all day. One thing they all have in common is the competitors all have goals, and they share them with the other competitors. Yeah. So if you're going to be in my competition class from this point on, you're going to share your goals, because if you and I train together, right, and you don't know what the hell I'm doing, what good are you going to do?
But that is the way the room was when you were at my school.
Yeah, we all
That's
knew.
The way it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't we all knew. Everybody, I had a piece of paper and you had to sign your name. You're doing Vegas? Okay, I have 40 people or whatever. I had 22, 23 people going to Vegas. Okay, you signed up? I made everybody.
What's your weight?
I made everybody. Yep. Yeah, I made everybody accountable.
I remember that.
Okay, we're gonna go. And then, hey, you signed up already. I see his name on the list. Okay, hey, wait, your name is not on the list. What's going on? You said you're gonna compete. That's what I miss a whole lot.
Yeah. So, and it's a little subtle thing that you add to that. That you added to that. That held us accountable.
Yeah.
To each other.
Yeah.
Right. Because now, like, hey, your name's on there, and people are expecting you to be there.
Yeah.
And it took jiu-jitsu to make me realize that my presence kind of mattered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I helped people get ready for tournaments. And we hung out in Vegas, and we became a family, and we became really close.
That's the beauty of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That is, man, I'm going to take a break.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little choked up because I'm going to talk about something, but let me take a break, use the restroom real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Take your time.
Yep.
It's all under control, Paul. It's all under control.
All right.
All right. We're talking about competition and goals.
Yes. Well, no, we were mostly talking about the family feel.
Yes, the family feel.
Okay. So there's a few things I want to put out there. Okay. Gotta take a deep breath. All right. Gotta get my thoughts are good, but it's an emotional thing.
Yeah, take your time.
So, I'm from California, and I love California. All my family's there, and I go visit them. I'm going to visit them in March again. My kids are there. My kids from my first marriage are there, and I have a lot of roots there.
Mm-hmm.
I come to Arizona, and every year, for the first 10 years, I tell my wife every year, summertime comes around, I'm fucking leaving this state. I hate this state. It's too fucking hot. It's too hot.
It's getting hotter, dude.
There's no grass.
No.
There's no trees to smell. It was rough.
Yeah.
And so every year used to get tough. And then I used to tell my wife, hey, let's move back. And I have a really still have, my mom's passed, but I had a very, very good relationship with her.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful person in my life and always in my corner. Anyway, she said, I go, Mom, I'm ready to come back to California. She's like, no. She goes, why do you want to come back to California? Because I miss you guys. I miss all my family. I miss my kids. I miss all my cousins, my relatives. And she goes, son, you know what? I watch your stories. Well, not stories back then, but I watch your Instagram posts and I see everything that you're doing over there. You have your family there. And she said that to me, and I repeated it a lot because that meant a lot to me to help me realize that what I did here, I mean, not what I did, but everybody in general that has been a part of
what you built here
is what I left, because I needed friendships.
Yeah.
I needed people that I can count on.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll call you up and I say, hey, can you pick up my daughter? Because I'm in a car accident or whatever. I'm sure I can count on you.
100%.
100%. I already know.
Yeah.
I can count on a lot of people here that are not even related to me.
Yeah.
Because of how our relationships have built. And my mom just said, hey, you know what, son? Your family is there. It's okay. Enjoy it. And I was like, man, you're right.
That's a strong lady, man.
Well, heck yeah.
Because it would have been really easy for her to say, yeah, come home.
Come home.
Yeah.
I want you to be here with me next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that resonated. And that helped. But speaking of, I'm going to get into something else. But speaking of, like just family in general, if you want to know my mindset, I mean, people do so many different things to prepare themselves for competition. And every time I went to a competition, I had motivation, and it was never always to win a medal. Well, it was. I mean, I had a goal, but I always put my family's trials, what they're going through, I put those struggles that they were going through, my kids and my wife, the struggles that they were going through, I always put those struggles and built it up inside me.
Yep.
And use those to help me conquer my goals. My wife would message me and she'd go, hey, you know what? And she'd send me the right words, send me the right videos, the right scripture. And she would say, hey, you know what? Your kids need you. And what you're doing moves you in a different place. Like every time that I would fight, every time I'd have a big tournament, she'd be sending me worlds, pans, everything, all No-Ghee worlds, all these things. She would send me all these things. Hey, those people that didn't believe in you, prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Your kids that are on that bed having surgery, do it for them. Because, man, all that pain as a father, I push everything aside. I push everything aside because I have to be the man.
Yeah.
My wife needs me. She can cry on my shoulder. My kids need me. They can cry on my shoulder. My outlet was jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It was jiu-jitsu. Every time my kids went through brain surgeries, my wife struggling with her emotional things, man, when I got on those competition mats, I literally felt sorry for the guy across from me.
Yeah.
Because I had this built-up energy.
Yeah.
Built-up energy.
Yeah.
Because, man, I got to see my kid, head cut open, daughter, head cut open. And I'm like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I can't kick the shit out of this disease.
Yeah.
So my wife was huge strength.
Can we talk about, I mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. I needed that.
But can we talk about PANS, the year that Allie had her surgery and you almost didn't go?
That was Nationals.
Nationals, yeah. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Tell me about, I mean, obviously as a father, you don't want to leave your daughter's side.
No.
But what was it that compelled you to say that you got to do this, and this one's obviously for Allie?
Right. So I signed up for a tournament, and then months ahead of time, and then something happened with the scheduling with her brain surgery, and they moved it up. Maybe that was the situation. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But I would never schedule a tournament unless if she had a scheduled surgery.
Yeah.
So so she goes into surgery, and both my kids they knock out, both my youngest, they knock out the surgeries and they're like champs. And she's had brain surgery, and the brain surgery was great. It kind of stunk because during the surgery, this is before the competition, is like it was on Wednesday and my competition was on Saturday. During the surgery, the doctor comes out, the surgeon comes out, and he comes out, tells us, man, we saved her hearing. And me and my wife were like, wow, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
We're like, and my father-in-law was there too, because my father-in-law, he's been through this whole journey too, because he's the outsider like me. Because my mother-in-law, the disease started with her. You know, it's just the way life goes. Yeah. It's not a blame on nobody.
No,
whatsoever.
Of course not.
It's
of course not. Yeah.
Just the way life goes.
Yeah.
So it started with her, and so the disease passed down to all her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then my wife, it all passed down from her. So my father-in-law, he's an outsider like I am, just trying to keep things moving.
Yep. Trying to be strong for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a great man.
Yeah.
Great man. So
what's his name?
His name is Tom.
Tom
Hemphill, and I love you, Tom. I could talk days about him. He's such a great man. So I got to see how his strength was, and so I'm trying to be that type of person that he is. Anyway, he was there at the surgery. They come out and they say, Alice, we saved her hearing. And then 45 minutes later, another doctor comes out and says, we fucked up. Or what? He didn't say that, but we lost her hearing, because when they went to patch her up, they hit the nerve, the hearing nerve, and so she lost her hearing on that side. And so that destroyed us. And I'm sitting there having to be the man.
Yep.
I can't cry because I need to make sure my wife's okay, because she has the disease and she's going through this. And so I have to make sure I got to be here for her.
Yeah.
Got to be here for the other people that are in the waiting room with us. And then my father-in-law, great strength, saying all these great words. He knows to say, he knows exactly what to say at the right time. I wish I could write notes, because he's so
like very articulate.
Yes, he's very charismatic. He just knows exactly what to say at the right time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I have this tournament, and I have this fire like crazy. My daughter, we're taking care of her. She comes home on Saturday. My wife tells me, hey, no, because she already knows. The only thing that can release my pain is to get it out physically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I need to go out. I needed to go to this tournament because my head was spinning. I was so upset that this happened. And she says, just go and do it for your team. I mean, not do it for your team. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for Allie. And so I flew out. I flew out the morning and flew back the night.
Wow.
And I ended up getting double gold.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a weird tournament. It's when I beat my first guy. Then I had to wait like
I hate that
2 hours because they did some weird thing. This was a while back.
Yeah.
They don't do that. They kind of do that still, but anyway, I ended up getting double gold, and then I go home. I fly back, and I have my 2 medals. I get home like, I don't know, like midnight or something. I get home and I take a picture with her with the medals, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, thank you." And then she goes back to sleep. But I needed to release that energy because Leslie knows that, my wife Leslie, she knows that I don't get an outlet.
Yeah.
I don't get to cry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm crying here because, of course, nobody, my family's not here. I have that time right now.
Yeah. And everybody's good. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's safe and, Yeah.
Anyway, but I had to get that part out because I needed to make sure I mentioned that's the tool that we have for jiu-jitsu can, if you use it the way, you need to use it. It's like a clean slate. Like today, those people, like, even though Zach was on our mind, at least we can forget about his pain and why we're here, because we get to roll for 5 minutes and forget about it. And actually, we're so exhausted after that 5 minutes, and we're waiting for that next round, we forget about it again.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we get to talk about it again. And that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And it could be any sport, really. Yeah. I mean, not really anything that you can burn like 1,000 calories in one night. No. There's not fucking, like, maybe swimming.
Maybe. Yeah, you know, and you know, I would say like CrossFit is a close second, but there's not that intimacy.
Right.
Like there's not that puzzle to solve. Like when I roll with you, we've rolled so many times together that you would think that it would be predictable. It's not.
Never.
It's never predictable. It goes in different directions every single time. And that's the beautiful part of
the repetitive art will never work. Like lifting, boom, 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 because you're never using the brain.
Correct.
Because you could still think about like what's going on at home. Like, oh man.
Yep.
My bills, my wife, my kids. You can still do that while you're doing this.
Yeah.
But when you're getting choked out, you're not thinking about your kids.
Yeah.
If you do, well, you might get put to sleep. But I'm just saying, you could use that vessel to do other things. I mean, when you're thinking about things like that, but no, really.
Yeah. My first two roles were Mike and Chris Smith. ASU wrestlers.
Why?
World champions. Bald-headed, good-looking. Everything you hate. Everything you hate in a person, that's them. And they are animals. But you know what? I miss having Mike around. You know, Mike, he was on our team, and Chris as well. And Chris is our wrestling coach over at Aries East Mesa, and he's doing fantastic. You know, his career's going well. Yeah. He's training good. He won worlds. But great guys. But like you said, for those 5 minutes that I was training, or we were training, like we had that little, I don't know, our day, it was just better. You know what I mean? And then you pop up and, okay, this is reality. And then the timer goes off and, okay, back to jiu-jitsu. No more reality, you know?
I mean, I wish, I really wish more people would do jiu-jitsu. There's a lot of, like I work at Costco in the morning, and we have a lot of young people that really haven't experienced a whole lot. And I'm not saying, because everybody, like, I don't want to be that old guy that says, get off my lawn.
I'm that old man. Get the hell off my lawn.
Every generation says that that those kids in that generation are soft.
Yeah.
Everybody does that.
Yeah.
Our parents or our uncles, whatever, were saying that we're soft, and then so we're doing that to our kids now. So I understand it. I mean, I can't use a computer like these kids.
Hell no. No, they're good.
They're fine. So, but physically, I'm at Costco, and I wish more of the kids would try jiu-jitsu because it's 100%.
Yeah.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
When there's just so many things else I could say, but I just gotta be smart.
I'm gonna go get him another beer. Let me go. I'll be right back.
Then I'll say everything.
We'll loosen him up.
But the kids that are at Costco, I wish they would. I mean, I even wish politicians would do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish people that made strong decisions, like really tough decisions, would be like ready to get choked out.
Yeah.
What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
Like seriously, like if we had politicians that had a jiu-jitsu background, I'd vote for them.
100%. Tulsi Gabbard.
100%.
Yeah. she does jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
I would do it because she's in the military.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same type. You have to be broken down. Just like in jiu-jitsu, you have to be broken down to become actually somebody that you really were supposed to be.
Absolutely, man. And I say this all the time. Jiu-jitsu peeled me open, showed me who I was.
Yes.
And I thought I knew who I was. And I was pretending to be somebody else.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. For a long time.
The audience, most of the audience are going to know what we're talking about because they do jiu-jitsu. But if you don't do jiu-jitsu, so for one, I'm not bagging on other people. Well, kind of, but I do jiu-jitsu almost every day.
Yeah.
And people my age, even like 10 years younger, they're not even in the same shape that I'm in.
They don't look like us.
They don't look like us.
No, they don't. No.
They don't, because they choose to.
They can.
They can. They can.
They can, yeah.
They can. And
they just choose to do other shit.
It's so hard because you have a choice.
Yeah.
You can eat right and exercise, and you're golden.
Yeah.
So with jiu-jitsu, at my age, you eat wrong, you're not going to be able to keep up.
No way.
You're not. You got 20-year-old killers coming in.
Yeah.
You got 30-year-old guys that been in the military, wrestled D1.
Yeah.
You're going to get killed.
Yeah.
So you have to make a choice, okay? So you have to eat right, or you have to just manage your eating properly. And you got to exercise, and you got to train hard.
Yeah.
And then this is what you get out of it. Like when you came in, you were like 230 pounds.
238 pounds, yeah.
Almost 240 pounds.
By the way, the last athletic thing that I did was a triathlon, and I was 167 pounds my last triathlon. And I came to jiu-jitsu 238. It didn't take long. Getting fat's a lot of fun.
I know.
Yeah.
You mentioned that before, yeah.
But you gotta make those choices to save your own life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And I wish more people would make those choices. And if you don't like jiu-jitsu, man, find a hobby.
Yeah. Find
a good hobby that's going to challenge you. There's not very many things that are going to challenge you.
No.
Like golf is not going to challenge you.
No.
I can fucking break that golf club and just fucking throw it out.
Yeah.
If I don't want to, but if I'm in a round with somebody, I can't just quit. I gotta keep on going.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got people looking at me.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
The energy is different. Like, fuck, we got savages, man.
Yeah, man.
We got people that want to rip your head off.
Yes.
And especially because we're black belts. We have like 20-year-old, 30-year-old blue and purple belts that want to rip our heads off.
100%.
And they are like, if you get like an athletic one,
yeah,
we're going to be like working our asses off to try to keep them off us and try to figure out the puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's something that I know it sounds like a burden, but it kind of, it's fun, man. It's fun. Yeah. Like the respect that you get from a younger person when you give them a tough round or when you submit them and you're, 50 plus.
Yeah, I love it.
This isn't supposed to be happening.
Right.
Right. It's not supposed to be happening, but we make it happen somehow. Yes. Right. Yes. And it's like, it's just one of those things like, there's another gear that people like you and I have that I hate to say but most people don't have. No. They just refuse to go there. Yeah. And
they tap.
It's a shame. Yeah.
It is.
It's a shame.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
But you know what? We have people that have quit on us, both of us, even your teammates when you were with me.
Yeah.
They just quit on us.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a shame because they could be like, I have a guy that came back after 8 years. He was one of my first blue belts. We won't say his name, but you know who he is.
Yeah.
Because you were there the other day. He came to a promotion after he came back again, and I promoted a bunch of black belts. And he's like, fuck, I could have been a part of that. I said, no. You would have been a black belt 5 years before that.
Yeah.
4 years before that.
All right. So I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Yes.
All right. This is what I do. Whenever I come back home, right? Come back to your academy, and I'm standing in the line, and I'll notice someone looking at me that I trained with as a white belt or a blue belt or a purple belt that had a big layoff, and now they're still blue belt or purple belt. Yeah. And they're looking at me, and I know what they're thinking. Like, fuck, I should have been there, right? Yeah. I make sure I beat the living shit out of them.
That's right.
I make sure I drive it home that there's a reason why I'm up here and you're not.
Yeah.
Because I didn't quit.
It's true.
Yeah.
You have to do that because,
Paul, I beat the living shit out of them.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And I know you can. And I know you will.
Yeah.
I love that part because they get a reality check.
Yep.
And that reality check is so important because just like it doesn't matter. Just like baseball, just whatever you're doing, if you give it 10 years off, it's going to take you a while to get back to that stride again.
Dude, that timing.
We never left that stride.
No.
We never left that stride.
We couldn't.
Dude, not going to even mention names because I haven't drank enough yet. But I'm an old guy.
Yeah.
And I flying armbarred somebody the other day.
What? What the hell are you doing, man?
Trying to break my back. And it was another black belt.
Yeah.
It's because I never left.
Mm-hmm.
My timing may be a little slower now, but still I know where to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know where to go.
Yeah.
I know where to position myself. I'm very proud because you talked about this the other day and maybe the last podcast too. I'm very proud that if anything happened to my family in front of me, I know that I could step it up.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
100% because if someone started yelling at my wife, I know I can just take care of business.
Oh, yeah.
In a second.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even care if he's like 6'7",
No.
250 pounds. I don't give a shit.
No.
Because I fight those guys every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
You may get a lucky punch. That better be.
It better be perfect.
It better be perfect.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a tough day.
Yeah.
You're not even going to have a tough day.
It's going to be quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to take care of my family. And how many men can say that?
Not many.
Not many.
A lot of men think they can.
Yes, 100%.
Right? Yeah.
100%.
I would say most think they can.
Most men think they can.
Yeah.
But about 3%. I don't know what the Tom DeBlas put something out there. About 3% really can do it.
Handle business. Yeah.
Handle business.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy because our art offers so much. We get the mats that relieve our stress. It's like our pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
Like
it really is.
It
dude.
really is.
Yes. I never thought of it that way. That's exactly what it is.
Keep me off the pills. This is what I have.
Yeah.
Our mats are pharmaceuticals. What we do for a living is our protector. I mean, for sure. For sure. We have so much with jiu-jitsu that people don't want to take advantage. It's so crazy. I mean, I want people to come to legit schools. Like I know the legit schools.
Yeah.
All you have to do is look at some type of, look further into their lineage and look at what their accomplishments were.
Yep.
I don't really, if you haven't competed, I don't really think that I would send somebody your way.
Okay.
Like if somebody came to me, hey, I'm moving to Arkansas. I wouldn't send him to a school that he has no accolades, never competed.
Yeah.
No, not in jiu-jitsu because you always want to test yourself.
Yeah,
you want to see if you're doing the right thing, you're teaching the right thing.
Yeah.
I would always send somebody that has competed before.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's a big part of your lineage too.
Yeah.
Competition, stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you come from a lineage of world champions. So it's and you're a world champion yourself. So yeah, that's definitely something that I would look at as well. Last thing I want to cover. I want to talk about two things. Okay. I'm one of your black belts, so I kind of know what your expectations are of me, right? And they're pretty fucking hefty, just so you guys know.
That's right. You want to win, don't you?
Yeah. But I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about lineage and I want to talk about legacy.
Okay.
So on the lineage side, what do you want all of your black belts to have in common? What do you want your lineage to be?
Well, I believe that my lineage, I'm not going to say I never, but my goal is to make sure that my black belts have been tested. Okay. I want to make sure that my black belts, that's one. most importantly, that I want to make sure that anybody comes into their school, or anybody that, if they're still a black belt at my school, that they're approachable, that they're not cocky whatsoever, that they don't pat themselves on their backs, and they're not arm barring white belts and just.
What if the white belt really deserves it? No, I'm just kidding.
There are some. So, in a nutshell, I want to make sure that my lineage still has a great reputation.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that, like for you, you're building this really great program.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Some people just want to maybe have like 30 or 40 students. Some black belts just want to be an instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Some black belts just want to train.
Yeah.
I have a lot of those.
Yeah.
They don't want to be a part of that. They have their own career.
Yeah.
But my lineage, I want to make sure that they're approachable, period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to be cocky whatsoever. I don't want, at my school, a blue belt can ask a black belt to roll.
Yeah.
I don't
Same
care.
here.
I don't care about that.
Same here. I don't care about that.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I need to roll with everybody anyway.
Now, there was a time and place for that when academies were about the size of this room.
Yeah.
You know, and the black belts got priority.
Yeah.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
But now that we have like 2,000 square feet of mat space,
Yeah.
you know, times have changed. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that they're approachable.
Yeah.
And man, I have to give a shout out to my two first black belt females, Sarah Flores, and my very first was Amber Learned. And so those people, they represent black belt. They are extremely approachable.
Yeah.
Killers on the mats.
Yeah.
And those two are the type of black belts I want my male figures to represent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody always thinks that a female is not going to be easy. It's not going. It's going to be an easy round. Bullshit.
Nope.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Bullshit is right. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. What about legacy? How do you want to be remembered?
Well, in Arizona, just keeping it tight. I mean, closer to my location and where I've done jiu-jitsu my whole career. In Arizona, I just want to make sure that everybody remembers me as, I don't know. I really think that same thing. I don't know. I just want to be approachable.
Yeah.
I want people to, I mean, I go to tournaments, and people are shaking my hands and saying, "Hey, this, that, coach, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, I walk off. I'm like, what's that? It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But I appreciate, they know they can approach me. They know they can talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't really care if people remember me for my world championships.
Yeah.
It's not what I want to be remembered for.
Yeah.
I want to be remembered for I want the community to remember that I did everything for my family.
Yeah.
People don't know that I get up in the morning, work my ass off at Costco for the benefits because my kids have this disease. And then I go wake up, study, and then teach. My days are like 16, 17 hours a day. And I want people to remember that they could do that too.
Yeah.
And if they're not, there's more that they can give. Because in the end, it's not about ourselves. It's about what we do for others. And my family is important.
Yeah.
And if people remember me for my medals, I did the wrong thing.
Yeah.
If people remember me because they knew that, wow, they don't even know, but I mean, I could tell them now here, but if they knew that the reason why I go to work at Costco is because I need to make sure that they have better benefits for doctors and choices. And I do that while running a business, while having 2 kids that have autism, that live at home. I do it for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to be remembered for that. I don't want to be remembered for anything else, but jiu-jitsu, man, kept me sane.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I needed it.
Yeah. I can tell you this, man. Like, you will definitely be remembered for the love that you have for your family. But if there's a couple things I can say about you is I know you personally, and I've known you a long time. I know all the struggles you go through. I know all the things that you and Leslie have gone through together with the kids and all that stuff. And somehow, I don't know how, somehow you still have time for us. And you make us feel like we're the only people in your lives. All the shit you go through, everything you go through, the brain surgeries, having to leave your daughter's bedside, going to compete, coming back that same night, all that stuff. I knew about that stuff. I knew about that. A lot of us did. There's about 6 or 7 of us that are the inner circle, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But somehow you always made your students feel like they were priority. I don't know how the fuck you do it. But it's a talent, man, and I'll always remember you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start crying.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing, I promise. We're gonna go through the lightning round because we did it last time, but there was like 4 of us in the room, so it wasn't quite the same.
Nope.
What?
I'm gonna do a shot first.
No, we're not doing a damn shot.
Yes.
No, come on, stop it. We have
my
beer.
Podcast.
Do you really want to do a shot?
Yeah.
All right, let me go get a glass. Hang on, be right. All right, so before we take the shot, this is a bourbon that was given to me by my friend Mike Koenig for my 50th birthday. It's Horse Soldier, and it's really good. This is really good stuff. So, Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike.
But we're gonna put some
hair on her chest.
Yeah, put some hair on her chest.
All right, then you can ask me the questions.
All right.
You guys pounded it. Right, cheers.
Brother. Yep. Cheers. Not bad. Not bad. Smooth. All right.
Are you sure?
You want to chase it down? Go ahead and chase it down.
Yes.
There you go. Chase it with water? What are you doing?
I'm a wimp.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Here we go.
I'm breathing fire now.
All right. Here we go. Name a game show you think you could actually win.
Wheel of Fortune.
What's your favorite?
And Jeopardy.
2 of them? Damn. What's your favorite cheat meal?
God. Mexican food.
What's the longest you've gone without brushing your teeth?
I already asked that. I already was 24 hours.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
You know that one.
It's Ladies' Night.
Ladies' Night.
That's right.
Right.
What's a dumb song you secretly like?
Gosh,
a stupid song. Like a stupid song. Like mine's Bootylicious. Catchy fucking song.
Ask me that at the end.
Okay. Do you kill bugs or yell for help?
My wife will say I yell for help. But I kill bugs. I won't kill scorpions. I'll yell for life.
Do you sleep in or nap?
Nap.
Do you? Would you rather travel into the future or back in time?
Travel into the future.
Or back in time.
Let's go back in time.
Back in time?
Yeah.
What's your favorite childhood TV show?
Could be cartoons too, huh?
Yeah, could be anything.
Flintstones.
Flintstones was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
I fucking love that show.
It was.
What do you use a public restroom or hold it?
Fuck, I shit anywhere. Even when they have a broken door. Even when they don't have a door, I don't even give a shit. I'll talk to you while I'm taking a shit.
Do you remember when we were in New York and that Hobson Mora guy met us in the coffee shop? What's his name?
It was Hiko.
No. We met Hiko out in town.
It was Jeff Mitchell.
Yeah, so Jeff meets us.
That's actually oh no, it's you don't know him. Rob, the guy that I gave him his brown belt.
Yeah,
it's Rob. That was his instructor, Jeff Mitchell.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I want to get Jeff on the show.
Oh yeah,
cool. So anyway, remember he was showing us pictures of that hostel
that they were at.
Yes, so he was staying at a hostel, and remember he showed us the pictures, like his knees. He's sitting on the toilet, and his knees are past the door.
Dude, listen, while we were in New York, we went to this. Remember that place where every time you order a drink, you get a hot dog?
Yes.
Fucking crazy.
Yes. I went to the big biker dude as a bouncer. Yeah.
We went to the I went to the bathroom, and the bathroom was so small, I couldn't believe everything was half size.
Yeah.
The where you washed your hands, half size. The toilet, half size. It was so weird, and you could just squeeze into that bathroom. And we had to take our backpacks with us because we never went back to the hotel.
Yeah.
And
the biker guy kept telling me to take my backpack.
Yes, I remember that too. Yeah, because we were bumping into people.
Yeah. Oh my God, that place was like a closet.
It was.
Do you remember? The place we went to in Harlem where
the DJ was up at the top?
Yes,
that place was great.
Awesome. That was awesome.
We went there 2 in a row.
And
then the first night I ate my chicken sandwich, and I told him just chicken.
Yeah.
And lettuce. That's all I could eat because I was
Brendan
cutting weight.
I split a sandwich because we were doing No-Ghee the next
cutting
day.
Weight.
Yeah.
Everybody's cutting weight. Yeah.
And then remember we went the next day.
We went there the next day again.
And the waitress was like, "Oh, you had this, you had that,
you had that." How did you remember that?
Like 8 or 9 of us. Remember that?
I don't even know how she remembered that. That girl was amazing.
Yeah. And then Hiko Bastos, when we met him out in town. Oh my God, that was a great night.
Hiko Bastos is fun.
He's the man.
He's fun.
Yeah,
he's fun as heck.
Sorry, where were we? You'll shed anywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Rolling Stones or Elvis?
I like them both, but I'm going to go with Elvis.
Elvis.
Yes,
attaboy.
yes.
Nice, man. All right, well, listen, is there anything else you want to talk about before we call it?
Man, we covered a whole lot.
Yeah, we did.
We did cover a whole lot. So much more.
Yeah.
My story's like long.
Yeah.
No, I got into martial arts because I needed to lose weight, and I hated gyms, and I started kickboxing in San Jose.
Yeah.
At a great school, AK. I mean, they're like world renowned.
Yeah.
And then when I moved here to Arizona, I started kickboxing again at Arizona Fitness, and they had a jiu-jitsu program, and so I started jiu-jitsu there.
Was that with Gustavo?
No, it was with Greg Holmes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Greg Holmes was my first coach, and then Greg Holmes moved us. He wanted to leave that school for some reasons, and then we went to Gustavo's, and that's where I ended up with Gustavo's. And then Greg left, but Greg decided that he wanted to go somewhere else, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
him and I are still friends, but I stayed at Gustavo's.
Nice. Was that Arizona Combat Sports?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the room was like crazy. It was tough.
It was giant though, right? That mat space? No?
God,
I thought it was big.
No. I've been to every place because I started when Gustavo just moved into Arizona. So no, we were in this super small place on right behind Buffalo Exchange. What street is Casey Morgan's on?
I don't remember.
Is that Ash?
Yeah, I think it's Ash.
Okay, so we were on Ash and
okay, so you were closer to campus back then.
Yeah. No, that's where our ACS started.
Gotcha.
And that's where I was at.
Yeah. I've only been to the newer place.
No, that's the fourth place.
Okay, gotcha.
So I was at the first place. Then we moved behind Ted's Dogs. Mm-hmm. And then we moved to under the where laser tag is.
Yep. That's the one I've been to.
No, you haven't.
No. But
you weren't with.
No. I went there when I was like fanboying with when CB Dalloway and those guys were training.
They were there. They were there. And then we moved to where Gustavo was at now.
Gotcha.
So I was at the fourth place too.
Damn.
So I was with him from 2001 because at 2000 I was at Arizona Fitness. But then from 2001 to 2015.
Yeah.
I was with Gustavo.
Yeah. Well, we covered a lot of shit here, man. But we're gonna do this again.
Yeah,
you're gonna be a regular on the show.
Yeah.
So
this is the first time though.
It is. Well,
first time solo.
Yeah, first time solo. Yeah. No, we'll cover a lot more. And what I'd like to do, if you don't mind, I'd like to get you in like after big tournaments and stuff like that. Come back, kind of recap. Yeah. Definitely after Master Worlds. We got to do one after Master Worlds because I want to recap like right after. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna spend a whole week there.
How do you do your live thing?
I can do one out there.
Out there?
Fuck yeah, I can. Yeah, I
got in a hotel room and everything.
100%. I got a mobile shit. I can do whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the fire then after you've competed, is the energy. I think that's a good time to have a podcast.
Let's do it.
Because then when you get home you like relax and then you forget about shit. But when you have just competed or like the Saturday night when everything's kind of over with and everybody's all coached and out and everything, you probably can get everybody in here.
Yeah. So let's just make sure we stay till Sunday, so we can go. We do a podcast Saturday and then we go out that night and do our thing.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, everybody. Hey, if you love the podcast, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Check us out on everywhere you can get a podcast. Spotify, Apple, Google. There's not iHeartRadio for some reason. I don't know why. But if you love the podcast, again, please like and subscribe. Share with everybody. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. And working on the website. And a lot more to come. All right. Thanks, everybody.